Hey folks, welcome back to the Dormouse's desk. I am the Dormouse and this is my desk. I know it's been a long time, but there are a couple of things that I really wanted to pop on and show you guys that I'm really sort of excited about. And it's a little bit of a change of pace for me because y'all know I don't get too excited about pens. Mostly I get really excited about inks, but a couple of things over the past couple of months really since Christmas time have been sort of exciting to me. So the first thing is this is a Galen leather 10 pen case. And I've tried really hard to keep all of my Twisbis in just this one 10 pen case. It's not exactly true because I do keep a couple more like Twisbi Goes and Diamond 580s in other places, but I'm really limiting myself to these Ecos. And I even took out the Eco T that was in here because that no longer counts, right? These are just regular Ecos. So the last one that I received was, well shoot, I guess it was both of these. I really thought it was just the navy and bronze, but it's actually both of these. So there's the cream, and this is the navy and bronze. I actually really like these two together. And so this is the rose gold, and this is the bronze color. The bronze is a little bit darker, and then I'll show it to you. That one is also up. So this is the white and rose gold one. It's an older one. And then just a regular trim with the glow in the dark green one. So yeah, both of these, not those. Both of these I purchased from my local pen shop, Crazy Allen's. I guess you can call them local. It still takes me about an hour to get to them. But that's the nearest pen shop that I have that sells Twisbi. They also do like Pilot and Sailor, Kaweco, other brands. And they're just under new ownership. And they seem to really care about what their customers are interested in. And so they get really interesting things in now. There's a lot of Japanese stationery items in the store, and it's changed a lot. It's like really clean and organized looking, and they're really doing a fantastic job. So if you live in North Carolina and you're in the vicinity of Crazy Allen's, or you might be maybe making a trek here, please do go in and visit them because they're just so sweet and the shop is kind of fun. So they also do some gift type stuff. So if you're looking for a gift that's maybe not for a stationary person, or if you have a gift that you need to wrap, they have wrapping paper and boxes and all that sort of fun stuff. So do give them a, look them up if you can. All right, so then the next thing, I should have planned this better with a way to, here we go. We've got cat teardrop. So we have those there. We have these here. The next thing I wanted to talk about was this Benu. This is the Pen Addict 15 year anniversary. This is, well, it's an anniversary Pen Addict pen. Made by Benu. Let me get you closer in. The pen is so pretty. I really love these big chunky orange glitter flakes. It's got some black in it and some like really dark purple. And then this is the nib. It's a pretty broad, not pretty broad, but pretty big nib. This is a fine, and just to compare, this is the only other Benu I have. This is the bourbon. This also has a fine nib on it. For some reason, and I don't know if it's Brad does this or has somebody does this for him, most likely, but the fine on this pen is nothing like the fine on this pen. This is such a lovely writing experience. It's incredibly smooth. It's super juicy. It's just everything that you would like want, really, in a fine nib or a German fine, which really isn't that fine. But this writes more like a medium, and it's just absolutely wonderful. So if you're interested in a Benu, oh, and Brad also has, and I'm not sure, don't quote me, it might be different now, but at the time when I purchased mine, which was early December, he had a variety of custom nib options available, and he might still, but you would just have to take a look on his website, which is penaddict.com, and then it's in the shop area. It's really really pretty pen and a fantastic writing experience. I absolutely love it. It fits in the hand really well. This is a big pen in that it's pretty long. So a lot of people have Twisbi Ecos. Let me get it in frame so you can see. And that is how much longer it is there. And then if we uncap them, don't roll away. If we uncap them, it's about like that. So it's a thicker section and a little bit longer pen, and of course the nib is bigger too. So the actual pen body itself is really similar in length, but the section is just a little bit thicker. If you like Twisbi Ecos, this is not going to be drastically different for you. It will put you further away from the page than the Eco will, but that's pretty comfortable for me. I don't mind that so much. I'm pretty flexible with the distance I am away from the page. But anyway, that was number 2/3 of the pens that I've bought for myself recently. And the next one I'm going to show you is really the reason that I wanted to make this video, because these three pens did excite me. Really, they did. Put that here. Oh, don't roll away. I really love these. I just got it yesterday and I love it. I just love it. So I'm going to push these off to the side here because I've left it, well, I've put it back in the box so that we can have sort of a faux unboxing experience with it, right? And so here it is. The Leonardo Momento Zero Grande 2.0 Galactica, and this one is the Universe. It does not say that on the box, I don't think, but that is what I ordered. So let me move you out a little bit so that we have some room. So the box itself is wrapped in a paper, and it's sort of a metallic printed paper. The paper itself I don't think actually is metallic, but it's like a metallic, looks like a metallic ink. So that's the outer sleeve. In the box, I ordered this directly from Leonardo in Italy. They shipped it on Tuesday, I believe, and it was here on Friday from Italy to the United States. It was very quick DHL shipping, no problems. It did require signature confirmation, but it was just a great experience in that aspect. Very easy. Okay, so it comes with this little postcard thing. I guess you could use it as a postcard. If you get this as a postcard from me, act surprised. And then it's this box. And the box is like a paper-covered cardboard box. It is not wood, but it is significant. It's pretty stiff. Okay, so push those out of the way a little bit. We open the box. We get this big piece of paper. It says Leonardo on the inside. And we have this booklet, which tells you in Italian and a little bit in English about all of the other models in this series. And then at the end, it also shows you how to use the piston if you're not sure. Warranty information. And this is the pen that they used for photography. And then that is the pen. This one came with ink because, and I didn't set out to do this, but it just so happened that the retailers in the United States that had this pen, which is limited to 300 pieces, the retailers in the US that had this pen with the steel nib, they released it for pre-order, and then it was like back in January, and like an idiot, I was just like, oh, let me just be good and like not like buy a pen. Let me just think about it for a while, and if it still comes back to me that I need it, and I need it, then I'll get it. A couple weeks later, I see an Instagram post about it, and I'm like, man, that pen is pretty. I really want it. And then at that point, everybody was sold out, except for, I think, Pen Boutique or a couple of other places, and they only had it in gold nibs, or like Pen Boutique had it, but they were like $50 more than some of the other retailers, and they didn't have the entire nib line. And so then I was looking at like Pen Venture, but I've heard mixed things, and I just sort of, I just didn't feel comfortable ordering from them, even though I've heard good things, but I've also heard bad things. What I really didn't want to happen was for me to spend this much money on a pen, which for me is significant. This is not a cheap pen in any way, shape, or form. And I know I have some like really nice, like more expensive pens. But I don't want to spend my money for a pen that I really want, and then have any possibility that I would be disappointed in the seller, which would then, every time I picked up the pen, would remind me of that experience. And so I figured that I would just order it directly from Leonardo. And if they ruined that experience, then that would probably be like the end of my buying Leonardo's, which is not a bad thing. That would save me a lot of money in the future, I am sure. So anyway, this is the pen. Like I said, I've already had this out and was playing with it and writing with it, but I just wanted to give you guys sort of this experience with me. It comes with this sort of little dog tag thing, right? And then because this is the gold nib, it also came with ink, and maybe we can swatch this. Maybe I'll leave it for another time. I might actually leave it for another time because it's just a black ink, right? I don't expect a lot out of it, but let's look at the pen. Here she is. she is very purple. She is very sparkly. Check that lady out. Lots of orange, which I'm so excited about. Lots of purple. I really was, like, my intention was to buy a mostly blue pen. And this is really more a mostly purple pen. I'm not mad about it. It's just unexpected, right? At the piston knob, there's a lot of more transparent resin, and so you can see more of the inner workings of the piston knob, which is exactly how they show it on their website. So that's either really happy coincidence or they intentionally did that. The blank is from Tailored Pen Company. And I think all three of the line of this series are from Tailored Pen Company. So unlike other of my pens, well, not other of my pens, but unlike my other Leonardo pen, this one is a piston filler. There's this really nice big ink window right here, which I'm not showing you very well, but there is an ink window right here. I opted for, since I was getting a gold nib, I opted for the elastic extra fine, and this nib does not disappoint. Feather touch, and you get a juicy line. You can put more pressure on it and you get something nice and broad. I am not well practiced in flex nibs. Hopefully I get more practice in it, certainly with this pen. But lately I've just been using it, yesterday and today I've been using it for notes for school. And even in that quick scribble note-taking style that I have, this has been really easy to write with. Very juicy, very consistent. I can write as fast as I need to, and it has no issues keeping up. This is the profile of the nib and feed. You can see it's very thin. It's the bottom. The ink I have in here right now is a Roshizuku Asagao, which I thought would be a good choice because Roshizuku inks tend to keep up pretty well and should always be a good first experience. I have no paper over here. Okay, that's a lie. Oh. Okay, this was actually my first ink notebook, and I was this is funny. Okay, I've not seen this in a while. Before I started doing regular swatches, this was my swatch notebook, and these were my first inks. That is so funny. I hate this ink. But yeah, this was sort of how I did it at the beginning. Oh wow, this is funny. This is a gorgeous ink, but it smears like crazy. Wow. Okay. More purples. More blues. Yep, this was a bad idea for me to start off this way. I quickly outgrew it. Oh yeah, and then I did like writing samples and like all of these. Oh, that's funny. Oh, and my first currently inked list. This is so funny. Okay, I did not mean to get into this. I really just wanted to grab some paper so I could show you how this pen wrote. Ooh, Aurora Black. Very good. Okay, blank page. Okay. Okay. Just the lightest little touch and you still get a really juicy line, right? But you can do there's quite a bit of line variation there. Just like my regular pressure, and it's just so juicy. It's almost troublesome because it could be my inexperience with this particular ink, but it takes a while for it to dry because it's just so wet. How well you can see how wet, there we go, how wet that actually is. So you can hear the feedback on the page, but you can't feel it at all. It's such a smooth writing experience. Really, really lovely. I did want to show you how this experience compares with other Leonardo models. You have seen this one before. I'm gonna back this back out. You've seen this before, and I have reboxed it again for your unboxing pleasure. This is the Momento Zero. The difference between the two is that this one is the Grand 2.0, and this is just the regular Momento Zero. But there is a big difference in these pens. One is, I think if you got the steel nib, you're probably going to get it in a box like this, number one, which has like the nice like black outer box, but then there's still like another inner box. So it's like you're unboxing like 3 different things, the amount of unboxings you have to do. So you get a smaller, this isn't a, I don't think this is a paper. I think it's probably a plastic paper coated box. It's very strange texture. I don't know what it's made out of. Yeah, I don't know. It's wrapped into something. So this is the type of boxes that they use for the Momento Zeros. At least this is the box that I got with my Momento Zero. It has this nice interior, just like the other one does. But then the pen is stuck in this clip thing. It's like a metal clip. So I'm just going to put this back, pull out the pen. This was the Gold Spot limited edition Foresta Umbra. Ooh. Every time I look at this pen, I really like, ooh, this is such a pretty pen. This is the ruthenium trim, I believe it's what it's called, ruthenium trim. And I will show you how much different these pens are in size. So the Grande is quite a bit larger than the regular MZ. They both have these sort of pointed ends and the 3 rings. The other thing about this one is that, I'm trying to find it, stay there, is that, I don't know how well you can see it, but there's this step down right before the end of the cap, which I find very strange. I don't know why they did that. I would have assumed that they would have just taken that thickness all the way down to the end. It must be some manufacturing, sorry, I'm not showing you anything. It must be like some sort of manufacturing thing where, I don't know. It just works better with that strange step down. It doesn't bother me, but also it's sort of like it's a curiosity thing. Like, I'm not really sure why they did that. And to compare it to this one, ooh, pen's rolling. You can see that the Foresta Umbra does not have that. These pens are really pretty. Both of these are numbered. The Foresta Umbra has a little tree on it. I believe I said it was a Gold Spot exclusive, and that is exactly what it is. And if you can see it, which maybe not because, okay, there's a little tree on the one. And it's actually a filled stamp on this one. I can see it much better. So I think I have 142 out of 150 for the Foresta Umbra. The Universe, I have 225 out of 300 on here. And the stamp is not filled, so it is very difficult to see. But it is there. So yeah, the section is much thicker than this one and a completely different shape. You can see how the Momento Zero just sort of goes down towards the nib. This one is really consistently like level until the very end when it sort of swoops up. Let's see. So these are both their elastic nibs. This one is steel, this one is gold. The gold does have a lot more flex to it than the elastic does. Not the elastic, than the steel does. And you can see there's also a big difference in the feed as well. This feed is just cut out. Oh yeah, that looks like it's in focus. And this other one is sort of rounded. The difference in the writing experience is that, like I said, the gold is much softer, and so you can get more line variation out of it. The steel, you can get some line variation out of it. It's a little bit stiffer, but it's just as juicy and wet as the gold is. All right, and now I'm going to pull a fig boot and compare it to other pens. So it's a big pen, yes. It is about the same length as the Benu. I believe the section is much thicker though. Yeah, the section is very thick in comparison to the Benu. Which means that in comparison with the Twisbi, it's similar, but it is longer. And if it is bigger than the Benu, then it's definitely, the section is definitely going to be bigger than the Twisbi. If you have a Lamy 2000, this is the difference in length between those two, and there's a significant difference in width as well between them. I find the Lamy 2000 to be an incredibly comfortable pen, and this Leonardo is also very comfortable. But they're very different, right? It's like a game of how many times can you recap a pen. This is an Esterbrook SD. This is not the oversize. These are pretty similar lengths. I can tell that the Leonardo is girthier than the SD. And the SD has also a pretty straight section, which I really like these straight sections, y'all. But you can see the difference here. The Leonardo is a little bit longer. Also a beautiful pen. And then there's going to be no comparison here on size because, let's face it, sailor pens are tiny. They're really itty bitty, but this is what it looks like compared to a sailor pen. This is a Pro Gear, not the Slim. I pulled out an actual Pro Gear. So this is those two next to each other. Very significant difference in height. I will pull off the caps. Stop rolling around. Ooh, I'm flinging ink everywhere. Fun. Okay. And then if they don't roll away, this is how they compare lengthwise uncapped. That is not the right cap. Okay. Oh, and then this is like, let's pull out all of my pens. This is an 823. And I have it open right now because I'm always grabbing it. These are pretty similar as far as length is concerned. The 823 is significantly narrower in girth. As far as, yeah. So if you want a pen that's the length of an 823 uncapped, this is going to be super, super similar. The section is going to be much narrower on the 823 than it is on the Leonardo. Okay. So the other thing that I wanted to mention, if y'all are pen cappers, I hope you're not, but if you are pen cappers, this actually posts real well, and the balance in the hand is really actually very good. It is probably the best feeling posted pen that I've dealt with in a while. I usually hate how back-weighted it is. This is not a back-weighted pen cap at all. So, all right, it has been what, 30 minutes or so. So I don't want to give myself a lot to edit because I am really super busy. I am so sorry that there has been such a lack of videos from me lately. I have been just drowning in things to do, responsibilities and school and work and outside gig work, and it's just been a lot of stuff. And unfortunately, the first thing to go are, the fun things like making videos for y'all. This is like my intention with videos for YouTube is not to like make money or anything off of them. It's really just to engage with the community and try to enjoy myself and like share my experiences. And so it's not like a necessary thing that I have to keep up with. It's just something that I enjoy doing. Unfortunately, yeah, that means when other things come up that I have to prioritize them, and it's awful. Like, I hate prioritizing stupid stuff over fun stuff. But adult. Let's be adults. Boring. Anyway, so yeah, I'm hoping that in the next 2 weeks my schedule will lighten up even just a little bit, and I'll be able to do more, but I honestly, I cannot promise it. And I don't even know if I'm going to be able to edit this and get this up, but I did want to play with pens for a little while. I wanted to say hi to y'all. I wanted to apologize for not being here because I miss y'all. And I have things that I have recorded, but I just have not had the time to edit them. A lot of my videos take significant editing for me to even get them anywhere near where I kind of want them. And even then, I don't think they meet my own standards. But yeah, okay. So I'm going to try not to like put in any like significant editing on this just so I can get it up as soon as possible, because I did want to share these pens. They're all fantastic. Twisbis are always good, but the Pen Addict Benu was really a magical pen. And then, of course, the Universe pen. These are very purple. Just gorgeous, gorgeous pens. All right, I will leave it at that. Hopefully I can talk to you guys soon. But if not, love you. Talk to you later. Bye.